Welcome to the press conference for Jannik Sinner. Please raise your hand if you would like to ask a question. Jannik, you must be quite pleased with your performance today.
Yes, very happy. It was a very tough match, knowing already before it. So, try to stay very solid, trying to, get through my service games and to see what I can do in the return games. And obviously, very happy about today's performance.
Carol.
Hi Jannik, congrats for today. When did you know that you would be able to play this match?
Yeah, yesterday I played, 20 minutes without serving and, not hitting 100%. But, in the other way, I always try to put myself in the position, at least to go out there and try. But, I had quite good feelings in the warm-up today. So... I felt also, yesterday that, mentally I have to get ready. So, I put into my mind that I'm gonna play today, and so the concerns were not that big, if I would play or not. It was just a matter of how what my percentage is, So, and today was very high, so I'm happy.
Well done, Jannik. I wanted to ask you about something you said on the court about getting used to playing on the big stages, and I'm sort of curious about, your opponent who keeps losing to you and Alcaraz on these big stages, and how much do you think for you it was mental in getting over and getting used to playing in these places, and how much is it just becoming a better tennis player?
Well, it's a difficult question. I don't know. It's not only a matter of what kind of stages you play, but also, quarterfinals in Grand Slams are different, semifinals in the Grand Slams are different, and finals obviously are different too. And you feel that before the match, the walk on, also, the warm up. That you try to have good feelings, and so it's at times it's very difficult, also for us, to play against this kind of players. Ben, is very young, huge servers, and it's not easy to play against them. It's because you might have chances and then he serves well, and then you don't know exactly what to do. And when he serves 140 miles, and on the line, it's quite impossible also to return. So it's also mental. I always say tennis is a mental game, and so I think it's a mix of experience, getting used to it, and also, of course, the main priority is to get better as a player.
Ben.
Congratulations, Jannik. When you slipped in your last match, it was sort of on the side of the court in the corner, whereas the grass is a little bit different than it is on the baseline. Just curious, as you get into the second week of Wimbledon, there's very big difference between sort of the surface at the baseline and on the sides and the corners of the court. Just how do you manage that, and is it easier to move on the part that's just dirt than it is maybe first week of first round where it's much more even grass everywhere? How do you manage those different footings?
Also there is, experience, a lot of things, because when it's used a lot and you can see the dirt, then it's easy to move. But then there are places where it's, this yellow grass, and when it's hot, the ball gets very fast. And then obviously there is still a quite new grass, which is a little bit different to move also. So, but yeah, for example, today I play with completely new shoes, to have more grip. I haven't even played, practice. It was completely new, which usually in other surfaces I don't do. And yeah, you always, of course, on grass, the main priority is to have, lots of grip. So yeah, you have to get used to it.
Having won the US Open and the Australian, is the prize of winning at Wimbledon greater than it has been because it would be your first major not on hard court?
Yeah, of course. Of course, you aim to win tournaments you haven't won, different surfaces where you haven't won. But in the same time, I try to understand what kind of player I am on this surface, what kind of player I am on clay, and seeing last year how I played on clay, and this year I believe that I have improved as a player, and hopefully that's the same thing what I can do here on grass. No? I'm trying to understand and also believing that I'm a better tennis player on grass, and just trying to put myself in this position. Semi-finals of Grand Slam, they are amazing occasions, great chances. So I'm happy that I've put again myself here in this position and to see what I can achieve. No, but I don't think that I haven't won. So I want it even more. It doesn't work. I always believe that you have one opponent at a time, and hopefully I can show some good tennis in the next round. And if not, obviously it's impossible that I win that match. So just trying to enjoy and have fun.
Martin?
Obviously, you don't know quite who you're going to play in the semi-final yet. But if you could look at either of those matchups, Novak, you obviously played here 2 years ago in the semi. Alternatively, you could be playing a fellow Italian. So how do you approach either? Very differently, I assume.
Yeah, of course, different matchup. Me and Novak, we know us better because we played, quite a lot, so we understand what's working and what's not. But yeah, I've never won against him here in Wimbledon, so it's gonna be a very, very tough challenge. If it's Flavio, I think he showed us also not only this tournament but throughout the whole season that he is a player who belongs here, who plays great tennis. He has a great mentality and good competitor. So it's gonna be different, but let's see who wins. And tomorrow I have one day to prepare, to rest. A good mix of that, and hopefully be ready for Friday.
How different a player are you from 2023? Mentality, obviously you've won titles. Coming here, do you feel different coming here now in terms of yourself and your ability and your belief?
Yes, of course. It was back in the days, a couple of years ago, and many things have changed for me. And I feel that before matches, I'm more, comfortable, let's say, or confident. But in the same time, I know that I have to keep working and keep putting pressure on myself, because new players are coming, the new generation is growing, and Novak is here, and obviously Carlos and all other players. So the work never stops, So, and I think that's exciting. But yeah, I believe that I'm different player, different person. Hopefully I can say that I'm more mature too. So yeah.
Okay, we've run out of time for English questions. I'm afraid we're going to go straight to Italian questions.